and talk about a lot of things. And when we say a lot of things, we don't shy away from whatever we want to talk about. We've opened up here. Jeff on the other day opened up about him being sacked at CNN. I talked about this woman who's been extorting money from me in the name of baby mama and the child, and all the blogs picked it up and wrote everything and ran everything. And you know, it gets to a point you grow beyond what people think or write about you, because you know the truth about it. So it is something we call a story a day. A story a day is not meant for people to cry out there. It's not meant for... Some of the stories have made people cry, like when Uriel's dad was here with Gillard and talked about losing his 8 years old son, the only son they had in the family. Guys cried. The stories that Jeff has told me here that has made people cry. You understand? There are stories that I've told people here they didn't know about, you know, because people just see the beauty around it and the glam around it, but they don't know the process that you had to go through to be what you are today.
I love
and that is what we call
a story. So I finished campus in the year 2014, and I've always been the kind of person who I don't like being idle. I'm always looking for a job. I'm always looking for the next opportunity. And that's what I was doing. So I finished and I got a job in a media house. And my work was to produce a kids show. And it was one of the most fulfilling things I ever did, because...
For the love of the children.
Yes, and kids are so honest. Kids will not sugarcoat things. Kids will...
If it's bad, it's bad.
If it's bad, it's bad. I remember one time, I was asking a kid, you know, she was in kindergarten, and I asked them, so what would you... do you go to church? And she told me, no. I'm like, why don't you go to church? Then she said, because dad is always sick on Sundays.
Dad is always sick
on Sundays. Yeah, hangover.
Dad comes home with a hangover.
Yeah. So that's the kind of honesty that kids have, right? So here I was, got a job. I'm doing great. I am, you know, meeting kids every single day, talented kids. So I was doing this show, and I produced about 8 episodes.
8 episodes?
8 episodes. And you know, if you know something about TV production, it's very tedious.
Very, very.
Very. So by the time you come up with 8 shows, you have put in a lot of work. So, and the kids would get very excited because they would ask, oh, when are we going to see ourselves on TV? And you're trying to promise kids that they will be on TV, you know? Unfortunately, all my shows were shut down.
Wow.
And I was told I had to start over again. Now, where do I even, like, how do I even tell other kids that I'm going to do this show with you, you know? It was just very heartbreaking. So I decided to quit, and I went home, and I told my mom, listen, I've quit my job. I'm the kind of person who can stay idle. I am going to a children's home. She's like, what? What do you mean? Like, where did that come from? Like, Mom, I just need to be away. It's my way of detaching. Like, you know, Jeff is going to Australia. So I looked for a children's home online, and I went to one that the farthest I could find was in Gilgil. I went, saw the children's home, they vet you. Obviously, they don't want anyone who is not very straight around the kids. So they vetted me, and then I went back home and told my mom, I'm leaving. So I packed my things, switched off my phone, and I went to a children's home for 2 months.
Without phone, without anything?
Nothing. Because I just wanted to sort of be in a different space. So every morning would wake up. The children used to go to a public school. And, you know, a lot needs to be done, especially in the education sector, because the schools they go to, there aren't enough teachers, you know. So they would want me to teach in these schools. So I'd wake up, I would prepare, and I would teach every morning. The whole day I would mark books. And then in the evening, I'll take my kids, and then we go back to
the children's home.
Now, when I went there, I was very bitter because I couldn't believe, you know, I'm here, I've lost my job, I've quit, I don't know where to go. But looking at the kids every single day, I learned a lesson every day. There's so many things we take for granted. Like, if I didn't have shoes, you know, at home, I'd be, oh, my mom, I don't have shoes. Oh, my life is over. These kids would be laughing and jumping up and down, you know, without shoes. And they're so happy.
Wow.
So I learned so much that a lot of the things that we find so valuable. They really are not. It's the simple things in life. And after 2 months, I left the children's home a better person. I was so changed and challenged, and I learned so much. It's pretty much the person I am today because of the kids. And the thing is, you learn so many things from people that you don't even expect to learn anything from. I mean, I was going there to probably see people who are doing worse than me so that I can feel better about myself. But you find that there's nothing really good about you. The kids teach you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what we call a story a day. Don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
Join the world of Viewsasa Entertainment and enjoy the videos you love. SMS the word Viewsasa to 40984. Choose your preferred package plan. Select the amount for your chosen package plan, then click Next. Viewsasa, connecting you to the videos you love.
You're now rocking with the best, man.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jelano.